Welcome to my kitchen, and in this video I will develop film with a C41 kit from the Kalba Chemie. I can say it's quite new kit, I never tried before, and it's for 1.2 liters and it's a German chemical company. You can buy this kit on the Nordpfote from Germany and it's, I think, one of the best kits on the market. And I accidentally stumbled upon this kit and I will describe what I really like about that. First of all, it's a kit which contains only two mixtures. So the first one is a developer and second one is a bleach fix. And as you can see from this box, you have 3 different bottles for each chemical. And basically you have the color developer in 3 bottles, bleach fix in 2 bottles, and you have a stabilizer in the last bottle. From the manual you can see that we can develop up to 12 rolls of film with a ISO 200. You have all the ratios, how to mix the chemicals, and what is most importantly, you have a corrections for the time. And it's not all the time you have these parameters actually. And also what is important, you have the storage. And today I will show you a little bit new thing also for the storage and how I will store the chemicals in the fridge. So let's begin with a reading fully manual, and one of the interesting points what I want to mention, it's so full that I never saw such a good example of the documentation for chemicals. I will use this method. I will use 2 film development with a 500 or 600 milliliters. First of all, I will make a 600 and I will make development of the sets of the 2 films. I still have a Yobo bottles and it fits exactly 600 milliliters, and this is what I will do from this table. And amazing part, I will also increase time for development a little bit because it will increase the color density. So I will basically overdevelop the chemicals to boost my colors and the contrast on the C41. Each bottle actually thermal sealed, so it means you have no oxygen going inside. And this is one of the best methods how you can seal the bottles. And I clearly can see that this kit was developed by chemists. And what I mean by that, you have the simple ratios. So it means your chemicals is already pre-diluted to the proper concentrations. So in general, if you want to make half a liter of the chemicals, you have 3 bottles. From each bottle of the color developer, you need to pour 100 milliliters, and rest, so basically 200 milliliters, should be water. And it's the same ratio if you want to have 600 milliliters, but in my case and in most of the people case, actually this is quite amazing. So you can make the half liter without any problems. You don't need to think about the ratios, you don't need to calculate, you don't need a different type of dosing devices. And it means if you use exactly the same dosing cylinder, even if it's off calibrated or not calibrated properly, you will end up with the same ratios of the chemicals inside the bottles. And if you don't know, these plastic cylinders is quite bad. They have plus minus 2 milliliters and it's in 20 degrees. So in reality they quite off, and if you have 3-4 dosing of the chemicals with the small cylinders, you multiply the error. And if we're talking about the precision, if we're talking about the color, and if we're talking about the color reproduction on your negatives, which I care mostly about, you need to be precise. Each deviation from the ratios in the chemicals will cause the deviation in color. And this is why I will show you today a little bit different method how I will process the film. I used it before, and probably you know I have the Cinesteel circulator. And this one what I have in the shot, it's absolutely silent, under 100 euros, and it's much better. So let's talk about the new methods of storage of my chemicals. So I bought this special standing plastic bags, and they exactly half a liter in volume, and it means that I can store prepared chemicals and based on the manual up to 2 weeks. And this is what exactly I want to try, because I will move soon again and probably I will throw away these chemicals anyway. But what I thought about and what I saw in some YouTube videos, you can actually store your concentrates like this. most of the time your bottles from the concentrates which goes from the factory is much worse than these bags. First of all, from these bags you can easily squeeze out all the air, and the second one is actually it's less volume for storage. So basically your opening is small, you have less diffusion of moist air inside and the CO2 inside. And basically if you use single-use plastic for this type of storage, you can also give it to recycling. And additionally, it's always clean, so it's pure, you don't have any type of silver sediment in the bottles, you don't need to clean the bottles, so it's much better and it's more closely to the modern chemical solutions. In addition, it's much more preferable way to store things in a chemical lab or in a medical lab, and it's much easier to put it in the fridge and just store it there. I'm also thought about the heating up these bags, because it's not really a big deal and you kind of have the less volume occupying in water. But in general, I think if you make the special funnel which screw in on top for each packet or just make it universal, it will be more or less the same as the bottles. So I'm still curious why we don't really have the chemicals on the market with the disposable bags. Basically you have free components and DI water, and you squeeze the bag and it mixed inside and you have your half liter of the solution. So this type of bags is widely used in the medicine, and I think for most of the people this type of things will solve a lot of problems with the concentrations, mixture and just time. But let's go with the loading of the film. I will start with the two films. It's a Kodak 200 film, which I shot for the past 3 months, and I have quite a backlog of films which I need a lot, but I will develop 2 by 2 because this is how the manual said I should do that. In each step I need to add time for the development, and also at some step I need to add the time for the bleach fix. What I want to check, and the best way to check temperature is actually human thermometer. So you open the bottle and usually your water inside the bath is a little bit hotter, and water in the bottle should be exactly the temperature what you want to develop your film on. As you can see, my circulator running a little bit hot, so I just have a perfect temperature inside the bottles. And I don't really have this kit in a firmware for the Ego, but this is not a problem because we know we can program this processor. So I turn on the mode and using the online app, so basically you go with the Wi-Fi, and on the Wi-Fi you load your program and you have your custom program built in inside your Ego film processor. And it works perfectly fine. For my application, I turn off the temperature control and I just make basically the Argo film processor work as automatic rotation system for top mount of my development. So it means it doesn't really adjust the temperature and basically doesn't really adjust the time based on the temperature and doesn't really sense the temperature. You can actually ask me why the heck I'm using this Argo film processor in this case. But you cannot really imagine how long you need to stay on top of your development cycle and spin the middle rod by hand. And in this case, what I have fully automatic setup. I have a built-in timer. I have special rotation, so it's basically rotating like it's written in a manual. I have a 30 seconds of the rotation first, and after that I have a pause and the slow rotations once per 30 seconds. And it means I kind of fully in agreement with the manual from the Kalba Chemie, and it's supposed to be the perfect results. For C41, it's not so important to have the perfect agitation because it's mostly chemically stable process and it doesn't really requires a lot of agitation. It's stable process, you just should rotate the chemicals around the film. But in the same time, and probably nobody knows about that, but mostly you can see a little bit different result in the formation of the colored dyes. So if you have a roll-to-roll process or if you have a standing kind of a process with the slow rotations, your film looks a little bit different. Don't forget that the classic processes of C41, it's quite nice, and the rotation process is kind of optimization, but I think the best process is what I'm showing you here on the screen. So basically my Patterson tank is constantly on 38 degrees, so I have a preheating water running constantly, and this preheating water for the 5 minutes preheat everything, the film, the drum, the surroundings. And after that I have a perfectly developed film on a constant temperature, and the temperature never drops. If you think this is slow, and it's much slower than developing with the, for example, Yobo CPU2, I had it before, and it's not really so slow. So I developed 8 rolls of film quite fast, and I will just drying the reels in between of the sets. And because the Patterson reels is quite nice, they made from the proper good plastic, they drying really fast. And as you can understand, I developed a lot of film with this type of process before, and now I'm just using Ego Film processor as replacement of my hands. What I also really like about the Ego Film processor that you can go in your custom program, and for the next rotation you can just increase the time. And in our case, as far as I remember, we need to increase for 25 seconds per each set of rotation. So I'm quite happy with this whole setup, and I scanned everything with my Plastech 135 scanner, so let's take a look on the results. Watching, subscribe to my videos, subscribe to my Instagram, and see you under the safe light.